In April 1969, George Harrison was drowning in the administrative chaos of Apple Corps. The newly appointed business manager Alan Klein had arrived in February and immediately began a ruthless restructuring, demanding signatures on endless legal documents. Exhausted by the corporate friction, George reached a breaking point. One morning, he simply decided to skip the meetings. Instead, he headed to his friend Eric Clapton's country estate, Hurtwood Edge, in Surrey. Borrowing Clapton's Gibson J200 acoustic, George walked through the gardens as the sun finally broke through. The inspiration was literal. April 1969 was remarkably sunny, recording 189 hours of sunlight at Greenwich, a record for the entire 1960s that wouldn't be surpassed for 15 years. Clapton later recalled he watched George strumming away in a big field at the bottom of the garden, the melody and the famous Long, Cold, Lonely Winter lyrics surfacing in real time. George would later finalize the lyrics during a vacation in Sardinia that June. When George brought the song to Abbey Road, its beauty masked an incredible rhythmic complexity influenced by Indian classical music. The bridge features an intricate T-high style structure. While George casually described it to Ringo as 7.5 time, it is technically a shifting sequence of 11/8, 4/4, and 7/8. Ringo's honest reaction became legendary. He stated, "He might as well have talked to me in Arabic." Despite the confusion, Ringo used his natural intuition to anchor the track. The master backing track was recorded on July 7, 1969, Ringo's 29th birthday. John Lennon was notably absent, recuperating from a car accident in Scotland. The band recorded 13 takes, with take 13 superstitiously announced as take 12.5, chosen as the winner. It featured George on the J200, Paul on his Rickenbacker bass, and Ringo on drums. The song's most famous sonic texture, the Moog 3P synthesizer, and yes, it is pronounced Moog, not Moog, common misconception, was added in August. While Here Comes the Sun is famous for the Moog, it wasn't the first rock track to use the instrument. The Doors and the Monkees had used it years prior. Nor was it even the first song on Abbey Road to receive it. Because and Maxwell's Silver Hammer were treated with the Moog earlier that month. George had no manual for the massive modular unit. He used the ribbon controller to create the iconic sliding whoosh in the intro, while the wobbling delay effect was achieved through a classic Abbey Road hack, sticking a piece of editing tape to the tape machine's capstan to create a rhythmic physical thump or wow in the signal. The song was finalized on August 19, 1969, with a stereo mix that used vari-speed, running the tape at 51 cycles instead of 50, to slightly brighten the pitch and tighten the tempo. The very next day, August 20th, the Beatles went in to finalize I Want You, She's So Heavy, which marked the last time all four Beatles would ever be in the studio together at the same time. Here Comes the Sun stood as the perfect counterbalance to that song. It was a track born from the stress of a band falling apart, yet it sounded like the beginning of something eternal. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.